this out. What if I told you all of this editing that I did? So check this out. What if I told you all of this editing that I did that you see around this video was only done in like... So check this out. What if I told you all of this editing that I did that you see around this video was only done in like maybe 3 minutes? Well, today I'm going to show you how to do that in our social media marketing class, in our social media mastermind class. So check this out. What if I told you all of this editing that I did? So check this out. What if I told you all of this editing that I did that you see around this video was only done in like maybe 3 minutes? Well, today I'm going to show you how to. So I need some participation in the chat. I need to know if you can all hear me and see my screen. Do me a favor and type that in the chat for me, please. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. So welcome to our social media mastermind. My name is Jerome Lewis. We have this every week. We have this class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm also here with my co-host Beth Ellen. Beth Ellen, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Beth Ellen Rosenthal, agent number 61 here at EXP, and I'm facing my 42nd, 29th birthday, so I'm here to learn from Jerome, a millennial. I offer lots of experience, but he knows the stuff and is the future of the mastermind, and I look forward to learning. Thank you for including me, Jerome.
Thank you, Beth Ellen. So, just a little bit about me. What we're going to be doing is we're going to do some video editing. But before we get there, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I'm in the Philadelphia area as stated, and I am a millennial, just like Beth Ellen said, and I'm also a technologist. And what that means is I like to take technology and help you understand it in a way that's simple, because technology can be very overwhelming. So my objective with these classes, with these trainings, is to help you understand it, to help you cut through the fluff. One more thing about me, and this is for my fellow introverts. I am an introvert. I demonstrate, I teach, I speak, but I am an introvert. So I need to charge up my energy a certain way. A little bit more about me. We talk about the DISC behavioral assessment a lot here in EXP World. And just so you know, my DISC behavioral profile is DC. That means I am an implementer. So I'm all about bottom line. I'm all about results. And that means I'm very detailed. So that's my presentation style. I help you get results, and I'm very detailed. In addition to that, I am a real estate investor, and I'm also a real estate instructor. And last but not least, if you want to learn even more about me, you can visit my website. My website is jeromelewis.com. Do me a favor. We got 21 people in the chat. I like engagement. So do me a favor and type yes if you're ready to proceed. I need at least 50%. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So again, welcome to our social media mastermind. And the way this class, Matthew, please mute. Thank you. The way this class works is I've come up with a rotating schedule. We have this class every Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we go in a structure like this. So normally what we do, this is what it looks like. Week 1, we do Facebook and Facebook marketing. Week 2, we do Instagram. Paula comes in and teaches us Instagram. Week 3, we usually have a special guest or expert of some sort. I like to call it a wild card. And then week 4, we do YouTube/video marketing. Today, this is week 4, so we're going to do. Jaime had a family emergency, so I'm going to step in and I'm going to do video editing. I'm going to do a intro to easy video marketing, and Jaime is going to come in week 1. And he's going to teach us YouTube during my presentation. So we're swapping weeks. And normally, when we have 5 Thursdays in a week, we do an open questions and answers or open forum during the 5th week. All right, these are just some tips for you to get the most out of the training. Feel free to take as many screenshots as you need to take. There's a key on your keyboard and it says print screen. All you got to do is hit that key. Once you hit that key, your screen copies into your keyboard and you go and paste that image somewhere on a Word document or in an email somewhere like that. If you want the slides, a lot of times people ask me for my slides. I make an offer towards the end of the class. And normally for EXP agents, what I do is all you got to do is leave me a review and I'll send you a copy of my slides. Something else, like during the presentation, what you'll see when you see my slides, you'll see these little links. Anytime you see a little link like that, that's a resource for you to access. So if you collect the slides, you'll be able to click the links inside of there, and these links will have resources for you to help your business. More tips to get the most out of this training. I encourage engagement, so engage as much as you possibly can. I have up here, I have YouTube and I have speed. Sometimes I do a presentation on YouTube and you can speed it up or slow it down. We have a Facebook group that we're trying to grow. So I'm going to do is collect the link and I want to paste this link into the chat. If you want, we share, it's our social media mastermind. We're trying to build that thing out, and I have another resource for you as well. If you want tips, you have questions or anything like that, pop into that group and ask your questions. So here we grow. We have 2 groups, so I just posted one in the chat. Let me know. We have 24 people. Let me know if you joined that group. Type in the chat. Let's proceed. Before we proceed, we need people to join that group. Yes, perfect. I need at least 50%. Perfect. Thank you all so much. Now we got 2 groups here, so that's our social media mastermind. We also have another group that we're trying to grow for our agents and to increase our influence here at EXP. And that group is called Authentic Real Estate Agents. I want to paste a link to this group in the chat. And I'm going to make an offer to you. If you want to be interviewed about your business and what you're doing in real estate, you have the opportunity to do that. And we have been streaming it live to that Facebook group. It's a way for you to kind of get over the camera shy. Like some people are camera shy. And it's also a way for you to market your business. So if you're interested in being interviewed around your business, join that group and communicate with me. We'll get you on and we'll interview you. Are we ready to proceed? Type in the chat, yes or no. 50%. All right, so here's what we're going to do. This is a marketing class. We're doing video marketing, but this is still a version of lead generation. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I want to set our mind frame. I want to set us up properly to understand how lead generation works, marketing, how it works. And I want you to have the right mindset about leads. So the way I like to gauge and help people understand is I like to ask a question. So I'm going to ask the audience a question, and I need at least 50% engagement before we proceed. I have 2 questions for you. The first question is, who here got married on the first date? Type in the chat. If you got married on the first date, type yes. If you have not, type no, please. Okay, a lot of no's. Perfect. I hope this stays that way. All right, my second question here is, who here is willing to get married on the first date without knowing the person? Type yes if you are, type no if you are not. Okay, perfect. And the reason why I asked that question is because I want you to consider your marketing the same way. I want you to think about your marketing the same way. You're building a relationship with people. You're building a relationship with people, and this is the largest financial transaction of their lives. So they're not going to be wanting to do business with you on the first try when you're marketing to them. So understand that marketing takes persistence and consistency. All right, so let's get into the presentation. We're going to do some easy video marketing. I'm going to walk you through some basics of video editing. Then I'm going to go into a live demonstration. And if anybody has any questions, we're going to open up for questions. Ask any questions you want around video and video marketing, okay? How does that sound? I need type yes if you're ready to proceed. Type no if you're not. Need at least 50%, and then we will proceed. Matthew, I'll show you that a little bit later. All right, so we're ready to proceed. What is video editing? Video editing sounds complicated and scary, but it's not. Simply put, video editing is adding and subtracting content, right? So all you're doing is adding or subtracting content around your video, a video that you kind of already created. So a lot of times you'll hear me say that you need the content, you need something to edit in order for you to get into video editing. So a lot of times, like, this is like step 2. Like, step 1 is to actually have the video and create the video. Step 2 is when you edit. But a lot of times we don't need to edit. However, some people are interested in editing, so we're going to get into that today. But understand that we actually need the content to actually get into video editing. So if you don't have a library of content already, you shouldn't be asking about video editing, what's the best software, etc., etc. Keep that in mind. If you do have the video content, this is where I kind of want you to get it, but I want you to get into video editing, but I want you to be very careful about video editing because it can take a lot of your time. Okay, so what you need, remember, I just talked to you about it. I said, what do you need? You need the video content. So in order to edit something, we need the actual content first. So the first thing that we need is video content. So you need to be out there creating videos. Some of us are a little bit afraid to create that content, but you got to do it. You got to take that first step in making the video content in order to get to step 2 of actually editing the video. So in order to make that content, you need some type of hardware, and most times it's going to be your smartphone. Other times you need a computer. In addition to that, in order to edit the content, you can use your phone and computer. And you see here, I have an asterisk next to computer. And the reason why I have the asterisk next to the word computer is because a lot of times people will try to edit video content. Video content is very strenuous on systems. You want to edit your video content with a computer as much as possible. So keep that in mind when you're doing video editing. What you need, something else that you need for editing your video is you need that video editing software. And we're going to go over one of those softwares today. I have another one that I recommend, but when you're first starting out and you're kind of a beginner and you're trying to figure out where to go, I recommend that you use the software that we're going to get into today. And it's free. So it's a free video editing. I do have a recommendation of a paid version, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the free version today. These are 2 links to the softwares, but I'm going to give you a link today. Both of these softwares, ironically, like when you get into video editing, there are things that you can do to your video to make it a little bit fancier. You can add music, you can add images, you can add B-roll. And ironically, sometimes you get really cool editing softwares and they're missing like certain features. Well, the software that we're going to talk about today, it's not missing any of these features. It kind of has everything that you need to get out there and edit your video content. So that's one of the reasons why I really appreciate it. All right, can you still hear me? Type in the chat if you can still hear me. Make sure everybody's there. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, team. All right, so what can you add and subtract when it comes to video editing? These are just some ideas of what you can add and subtract to your video content, right? You can add visual aids. Maybe you need to point to something or showcase something to a customer or prospect. You can add that. Maybe you need to subtract something. Maybe you need to add subtitles. So we just had a class earlier and we talked all about subtitles. With video editing, you can do that. You can add music. You can subtract errors, mishaps, mistakes. You You can subtract background noise. So these are some of the things that you get when you get into video editing. Pros and cons of video editing. One of the pros about video editing is that you've really leveled up your content. It makes your content seem more professional. So I did a template, and some of you seen like the advertisement for this class, and it looked a little bit better than just a standard video. So when you get into video editing and you learn how to video edit, this helps your content stand out and appear a little more professional. Video editing gives your customer, your prospect, your user, it gives them a better experience. So we talked about captions. And subtitles, you can add that to your video. Some people prefer not to listen to it, they want to read it, or some people want to read it and listen to it. When you do video editing, you can give them a better experience. Video editing allows you to add branding and marketing. So something is, hey, maybe I need to introduce myself and I don't want to say it in every video. Well, I can add that to my video through video editing. I can put a stamp, I can add a clip of me already saying it. With video editing, it allows you opportunity for branding and marketing. All right, these are some cons of video editing, and there's a place for video marketing that I appreciate, but a lot of times when you're first early on, I like to suggest people not get into video editing, that you create the content first, and then later on, once you have a library of content already, then you go and you edit that content. But these are some of the pros. These are some of the cons of video editing. So video editing adds extra steps. That means you got to do more for your business or whatever you're trying to do, right? Video editing takes time. It takes extra time for you to create video content. Video editing can be very overwhelming. So a lot of us are already trying to figure this stuff out for our business. Video editing is overwhelming, and it can be discouraging. Video editing takes you away from your business. These are just cons, and I'm not trying to dissuade you from using video content or video editing, but these are some of the cons. So understand that this is what you're getting into when you're getting into video editing. All right, that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to do a live video editing demonstration. So we're going to get into that video. We're going to get into editing. And what I'm going to do is I want to share a link in the chat for you. And what I want you to do is I want you to access that link. And this is the link that you can use to edit your video content. So before we proceed, I need participation in the chat. Let me know if you're ready to proceed. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So I just placed a link in the chat for you. And what that link is, I believe it's a link to the video that I already kind of edited. And it has like a template for you. It has a template in there for you. And I guess I'm going to try to walk through. I don't really have like a structure in mind, but I'm going to try to walk through creating a video and show you how easy it is to use this software. And I also want to do some Q&A. So do me a favor, everybody, can you access that link? Type in the chat and let me know if you can access that link. Let me know what comes up. Okay, template. What do you see, Nate? You might open up your microphone? Okay, perfect. Roger, thank you. Okay, so did anybody see the original video where I did? It was like a blue background. It wasn't like fancy. It was like no houses on there. Anybody see that video? Type in the chat. Let me know. Okay. I posted in Workplace. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. But what I did, right? So on my screen, what you see is a version of that video, right? And what I did was I always talk about video editing. I always talk about, hey, create the video first, then you go back and edit. So my original video looked something like this. I'm going to show you. My original video looked like. So check this out. What if I told you all of this editing that I did that you see around this video was only done in like, can you hear that? Okay, can't hear it. Let me see. All right, that's okay. But this is, I'm going to play it. This is the original video. This is what the video looks like. Let's make it a little bit bigger. This is what it looks like. And it's nothing too fancy. I have like a virtual background in there playing maybe 3 minutes. And that's the video. That's what the original video looks like. And then what I did was I took that video over to the software that I placed in the chat, which is called Kapwing. We love that software here. And then I added this stuff, right? I'm going to go into like my workspaces, and I have like different folders, you can call them, in here. The original was here, right? So this is the original video. This is the original video that I did, and this is what it looks like. So for those of you that did not see the video, this is what it turned into. So that first video that I just showed you, this is what I changed that into. So I added this fancy stuff around the video. I let people know, hey, this was the social media mastermind, and I told them what they're getting into, an intro to easy video editing, and I put all of the details down here at the bottom of the video. So that's what I did using this software, and I'm scrolling all the way. Like you can see, like there's a scroll bar there too, but that's what my video turned into. That was like the second level of my video. But then I went even further. I was like, you know what, this is a real estate based video. So I created a new folder, and this is what I turned that video into. Let's see, I don't want to edit that, I want to view it. Okay, so this is what the video looks like. The video looks like this. So what I did further was I changed the color of the, I had a progress bar in there. I changed that color, and I added like some stuff down here as a template. I wanted to update this into a template for those of you that came to class and kind of want to do a version of this yourself. And I added some background images to it, so you can see, like very faintly, you can see there are houses in the background. So we're real estate agents. I put houses there, but you can put whatever it is that you want to put there. I put a space for a title, and I also put a space for a subtitle, like an additional title for you. And then I have my video there. I'm going to replace that with kind of instructions on telling you how to use this as a template in your business. And then right here, like you have a link, right? So what you can do with that link is you can make a copy of that video. You can make a copy of that video, and you can replace all of my information with your own information. And the way we would do that is we would make a copy. So I'm going to do that live right here for you. I'm going to make a copy of this video, and it takes me to my video editor. So you see there I am with the video, and then you kind of got, what is this called? The timeline down here, and this is where you can see certain what you're going to have to edit. So if I play this video, so there is having all of my stuff in there, and what I would do is, this software is pretty intuitive. It's got a lot of features embedded within it though, and you can modify and adjust this accordingly as you need to. So you have this template. I shared a link with you. What you would do is you would make a copy of that video, and then you have that template. Then you would modify the template accordingly to what you want to put into the video. Title. So what I'm going to do is someone give me a title to talk about as a real estate agent or a real estate professional, or just somebody out in the town. Do me a favor, type in the chat and let me know what it is, something that I should talk about. So I'm going to take Tamara's suggestion, and I'm going to type in what she suggested. So top 5 things about Philadelphia. So you can see easily I just updated that, and I put in my subject. Somebody else give me another title. How to compete with other offers. All right, I appreciate that, Denise. So just use your imagination, but you can see here now I have a video, and I'm doing some live video editing. So I'm letting people know what they're getting into when they jump into my video. Top 5 things about Philadelphia, how to compete with other real estate offers. I easily type that in there, and it's showing up on my video. If I export this video somewhere, it's going to stay on that video. And I can modify these things. I can change the color. So for example, I want to change top 5 things about Philadelphia to white. And that actually looks a little bit better. So this is me doing live video editing. I can replace this video. So what I did, like I told you in my video, I said I made that video in like less than 3 minutes, which I did because I already had the template. So all I would have to do is come in here and replace my video, replace a couple of texts, add what I needed to add, and then I'm off to the races. So in this instance, I could maybe replace this video with another video, right? So I want to find a video that I've done before. Let's use this one. I can delete that out, and then I can come and replace. I can just put another video in there. Let's just find another video. Um, uh, let's use this one. So this is another video. Let's just imagine that I'm talking about something about real estate. I want to place that over. I click it. Come on.
All right, Jerome, can you get more granular? And so how do you import the video if it's not already there, and how do you get it into the template?
Oh, yes. All right, so let's imagine for a second that I did not have a video already uploaded. I appreciate that, Beth Ellen. What I would do is I can upload video or content. So I'm going to press upload here. And once you press upload, they give you a prompt. And most of us should understand or should be familiar with how to upload something by now. I have a video folder on my computer, so I would just go find the necessary video that I wanted to upload. And I got a bunch of videos in here. I want to mess with Paula. She comes in and teaches our classes sometimes. So am I going to use her video? Yeah, I'm going to use Paula's video. I'm going to open that up. Let's imagine Paula is talking about something related to real estate. It's going to upload, and there I have my video in there. So it's rectangular, but let's just imagine that it was vertical. I meant horizontal. And I want to make sure it looks a little bit pretty, a little bit decent. So there's my video.
You just hit upload and it automatically loads into the template that you're working on?
Yes, it doesn't automatically load into here, but it'll pop into your project and you can delete or move, do whatever you need to do. So that's what I did. I just uploaded Paula's video, and so her video is there. We're just going to imagine that she's talking about Philadelphia. If I press play, here. That's what the video looks like. I did something fancy with the top 5 things about real estate. I made it pop in. I got more stuff down here. So in the software, right, you got a bunch of different features, and I took advantage of the text feature. I took advantage of the video feature. I took advantage of the images feature. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the images. I want to show you how I added the background. So I got my video uploaded, right? But let's just say I wasn't happy with that house that I uploaded. I'm going to delete the one that I put in there. So I press delete. I click on it and I press delete. Then I'm just going to search. I'm going to click images. So this is what I was talking about, where you have all of the pretty much all you need directly in the software. So they have this section here called images. What you do is you select images and you can search for something. So I can search for house. That's what I'm just.
for free. So, and you know, I'm facing I know everybody knows, my 42nd, 29th birthday. I don't think like this, and this was really just hard for me, but Kapwing is the best beginning editing software there is. I've tried all kinds of things. Microsoft has one, iMovie, Canva has, there's 60 million video editing softwares. But Kapwing is just amazing, and trust me, if I could figure it out, you can too. So this is what Jerome is showing you. He introduced it to me and to EXP. I think he's a Kapwing ambassador. And it's just really a marvelous tool that is really user-friendly and perfect for beginners. Jerome, are you back?
I think so. Where did you lose me at? Where did everyone lose me at?
About 5 minutes ago.
Oh, really? 5 minutes?
Yeah, maybe 3.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
it's the world.
Where did we stop? Yeah, it crashed on me. This is like the first time ever, ironically.
So Kapwing is really easy to make things come in and out. So can you show us on the timeline at the bottom how you make things come in based on the timeline? Because I think that's one of the coolest features of Kapwing that's very easy to understand and use, please.
I am not sure how to do that or what you mean. And
what you do is just take like you take whatever bar is on the timeline below, and you just move it to the right, and it comes in at that time. So if you want the EXP Realty to come in 2 seconds later at 1:12, it'll do that. You just move the timeline at the bottom that says EXP over.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so you would move this, and right. So the cool thing about Kapwing is it's fairly easy to use, and I'm not like a very detailed video editor. Like if you see my screen, we have Paula here, and she's like much better at video editing than me. What I do is I keep it very simple. I don't move in and move out or get fancy because it overwhelms me. So for the most part, what I try to do is I try to deliver my message, and I try to keep it consistent. So what you see on the screen is you see a bunch of text and you see a bunch of stuff, and I keep all of that stuff on the video the entire time because it's a little bit easier for me to manage that way. However, you can get fancy, as Beth Ellen is saying, and you can make things pop in and pop out at a certain time. What I want to do is if I move, like I have twinkles in the video, and I'm going to move the timeline. If I press play, let's say at 16 seconds, those twinkles won't stay on my video
because they've seen them in their newsfeed, but they're not exactly sure how they could.
But then you can see at that mark they popped in at that video, and you can do the same thing with text, with images, with a video that you have, etc., and it makes it really easy for you to do. So I'm going to extend it across to the beginning of the video again because I like to keep it consistent. I want everything across my video to be about the same length. Beth Ellen, you have comments?
Yes, I just wanted to say that when I make my videos, I'm never ready right at the right minute. So I just calm down and start the camera and smile. And when I'm composed, I start. And in this software, and same with the end, I smile and let it go before I turn it off so that I'm not looking away to turn the camera off. Or the phone. And one of the ways to do that is to use the split option here. It's just really easy to trim the beginning and the ends off in the software, so you don't have to be ready right away when it starts, because then you just delete it out and you have the perfect video, even though I'm turning at the end to turn off the camera or the computer. And it's with that split thing at the top next to the 5S. So it's just really easy to cut the beginning and ends off, which of course you can do on your phone too.
Thank you. So what I would not sure where you left off, but I sent you a template. I've done this presentation before where it's like from start to finish, and I think I have some recorded on like my YouTube. I want to share my YouTube link in the chat. I apologize for the connection cutting out. I don't like bad experiences, but sometimes technology does not work. So oops, here we go. there's a link to my YouTube. I have some stuff over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to finish up this video so we can move on, and then we're going to open up for questions and answers. If you want the slides has like part 2. I remember I said like this is like part 2 of the presentation. The slide has part 1, so you can understand like more about video, like video marketing. If you need to get over that hump and actually do the video, the slides has that in there. All you got to do is kind of leave me a review, and I'll send the slides over to you. What I'm going to do is, like, what I just did was I had an image, so let's delete it. There's a background image here. I'm going to delete it and just show you how easy it is. If I press these images here in Kapwing, it gives me, I typed in house, it gives me a bunch of different things. I'm just going to find one that I appreciate really quickly because I'm scared about the internet connection. I don't want to lose you again. I'm going to just drag it, use these 4 corners, drag it. I want it to be the entire background. And over here, like this is, they give me a bunch of options to do stuff to my image. I'm going to adjust it, make it a little bit dark. So I'm going to change this brightness, make it darker, right? Let's do, that should be good. And then I'm going to send it all the way to the back using this option here. So now you have my image. I have a background image. I got a nice house in there since we're real estate agents and all we want to talk about is houses, you know, right? And then already in the template, I have, what you would do is you would add like your name. So in this instance, I can do Jerome Lewis. I can add my phone number down here. I got to be careful about adding my phone number these days. I get a lot of calls. And then, you know, you can add your website. So www.jerome@something.com. Or I can just do my regular. And then I can put my email address down here. And for all my EXP peeps, I kept that. I got that logo there, but you can always replace this with another logo or another image if you want it. What I want to do is, and you can add, all of these things are self-explanatory. So you can add audio, you can add elements, you can add different scenes. They even got some plugins here for you. These plugins are where you can gather like images. And are we still here? You still hear me? Type in the chat,
yes,
please.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes, what's your question, Levi?
Point. Okay, so you guys mentioned that there's a free edition here. What of the free edition is
all right, so
or you can use?
Got you. How about this? I'm going to finish this up and then we're going to open up for Q&A and we'll address your question then. Okay?
Good.
All right, perfect. So I'm almost finished. I added that background. If I play this, I can kind of get a preview of what my video will look like.
Here, and I
can't really hear it, but if I export the video.
Jerome, this video has a timeline. Can you show everybody how to add that?
It's automatic. Oh, you mean the progress bar?
I'm at the progress bar.
Oh, yeah. So the progress bar, if I go back into editing the video, underneath elements is you get a few options. You can add different shapes, and down here, so you can add shapes, circles, square, lines. There's a bunch of stuff. You can add emoji, and then they even have like a waveform, so you can add a waveform if you want it. This option here is the progress bar. This is what I did to add these blue lines that you see that's working with the timing of the video. Those are progress bars. And really quickly, I can add one for you. I press add progress bar and it automatically added a white one for me. So what the progress bar does is it progresses with the timing of the video. And that helps your engagement because people want to know what they're getting into and they also need to be distracted sometimes. So they'll follow that progress bar. You just simply click on that button and it will sync perfectly with the video. I'm going to delete that one since we already have some in there. I have 2 in there. I have one right here and I have one right there. So that's the progress bar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to export the video. Once I export, the video will export, and once it's finished, I will share a link to it just so you can see an example of what we did. But I shared the template. You can modify and adjust that template as you need. Questions? I'm ready for questions.
Hey everyone, Paula Aponte.
Levi, your question? You want to?
Yes. Okay. So free version. And by the way, how much does it cost? You said it's 100 something. Is that a year or is that per month?
So it's free. It's free to start. If you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. But they have a pricing link. I want to paste that in the chat for you. You can see on my screen it says up here pricing. I don't know what it is offhand, but I would just click on that link to find out what it is that they offer and everything that they offer. But it's free for the most part. Many of us won't need to pay for it, but it is an option for you to pay for it.
It says.
Any other questions?
Okay, so there's all those elements and all the progress bar. Is that part of what we can that stays? What are the attributes of this thing that we could use that stays?
Pretty much everything. So you have to, I can't tell you exactly what any and everything is, but you do get access to pretty much everything that we did here today. You get access to for free. I don't think there's anything that you get charged for. The reason why there's a paid plan is because of storage mostly, and they'll tell you that when you click on that link and check out the pricing. So I would just check out that pricing. And I'm not like I'm talking about the tool. I don't work for them, so I don't know all of the details. I'm just here presenting the tool because it's a really great tool for us to use as real estate professionals, and it's not as overwhelming as some of the other stuff out there. It's also easy and free to use.
Okay, and an hour ago we were talking about subtitles and captions. How does this tie into that? Or
so this is video marketing, and it does not exactly tie into it. However, if you wanted to add subtitles to your video, there's an option. So this video is complete. So let me kind of play it. You're not going to hear it, but let me kind of play it for everyone just to see what came out with the template that we did. Remember, I modified it, added my name, and I changed the title and the subtitle. I want to play it really quick. This is 38 seconds, so expect 38 seconds of silence.
Cannot wait to see all of you in the EXP productivity room because we're going to be talking about Instagram Reels. Oftentimes we have real estate agents that may be familiar with Reels because they've seen them in their newsfeed, but they're not exactly sure how they can use them in their real estate business, or maybe even how to create them. Or maybe you're that real estate agent that just doesn't know what a reel is. So tune in on Thursday, 2 o'clock, and I am going to dive in deep to Instagram Reels. See you then.
All right, so that's the finished product of what we did using that template. It was relatively short, relatively quick. We just came in, input our information. Now, the way that the subtitles tie into this is it doesn't really tie in. So I'll talk about, like I was telling Levi a little bit earlier, I was like, look, create the content, make the video, just put it out there. Then you go back and you modify that. Right. So the way we would kind of take advantage of this and add captions is they have a feature for you to translate your video, what's being said in your video. And I am a big proponent of duplication. So instead of modifying this original video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of the video that I created. I'm going to click that. And then in here in Kapwing, they have, where is the subtitles? Up the top here, right? Up top. Do me a favor. Are you still with me? Type if you can see me hovering over this subtitles word in the chat. Okay, perfect. So subtitles, this is where we were talking about permanently burning in subtitles and, not permanently burning them in. I'm going to click on subtitles. And what they do is they have a feature that will auto generate subtitles for you. I want to click that and I want to let it auto generate those subtitles for me. It's going to take a little bit. It shouldn't take too long because the video is only 38 seconds. But this is going to create it can put the subtitles on the video for me directly, and it can also kind of burn what we talked about, kind of burn them into the video permanently. Okay, perfect. So this is finished translating like what the video is about, and it gives me it gives me like different lines, and it shows me what it's translating in the video. This was Paula's video. It missed some words, whatever, but these are the subtitles, right? These are the subtitles that it has in the video. If I press play,
Hey everyone, Paula Aponte
you can see the
here, and
subtitles
I
playing
cannot
on the
wait
video.
to see all of you in the EXP productivity room because we're going to be talking about Instagram.
And you would adjust that accordingly, but those are the subtitles. One thing we talked about was like putting subtitles on other platforms. Sometimes you might run into a platform that doesn't have the option to for you to put the subtitles in there. It's rare, but sometimes you may. Or another case is you might translate, let's say for Facebook, for example, you might not like the way that Facebook translates your video and the subtitles. So you can come here, download the subtitle file, and then upload it to that platform. So the way this ties in is it can translate your video for you, and then you can take that subtitle file, of which auto generate these subtitles for me. That's what I did here. And what I can do is I can now download this subtitle file. It's a SRT file. I can download this file, and then I can take it over to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever platform takes the subtitle file. Does that help?
It does. It sends me in the right direction. Not really.
How can I bring clarity?
Okay, so I made the Facebook video that I linked in earlier in the last hour, and so I would take that video, download it, take it to here, right? If I wanted to add subtitles to the Facebook platform, I would bring it here, right? And then walk me through that part. So just go here, auto subtitle it here, then take the file and
yes. And so you see why I'm like this. It becomes complicated. This becomes complicated. So you can either do it directly in Facebook and let Facebook translate it for you automatically, or you can take it here. So it's up to you what you want to do. You have to make a decision. I would probably just let whatever platform do that translation for me. But some people might not like it. Some people, the Facebook translation might be better, might not be as good as Kapwing's, or vice versa.
Remember, the closed caption is for your search engine optimization, so the search engines can give you credit for what you're writing about. In addition to helping deaf people and people with other disabilities to understand your video without sound.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
What's your question?
Are we just talking about YouTube, or can we ask about the platforms?
You can ask. Yeah, you can ask. We're doing social media mastermind. We were talking about video and video editing, so you can ask any question you want.
Okay. So when it comes to posting on Facebook, this is more of, I guess, your opinion, but what have you seen that gets in the best engagement? Because when I post videos on Facebook, I don't get that much engagement as opposed to pictures. So I kind of just wanted your input.
The best engagement?
Yes.
Questions, interactive content, mostly. What works really well for me is silly content, funny stuff.
Yeah.
So even further, I make a lot of mistakes, and I'll post those mistakes, and so I have bloopers I share. I'm very transparent. That has worked the best for me, and it's not necessarily my opinion, it's my experience that has that's what gets the best reach. In addition to that, though, we're talking two different things. We have organic, where we have we're just trying to connect with people and market ourselves. Then we also have more objective content, where we're trying to be objective about, hey, come do this real estate thing with me, hey, come do business with me, hey, come do this thing. And in my experience, that content, the better engagement for that content is to be indirect and not necessarily talk about, hey, you want to come buy or list a home. It's providing value. So that content brings me more results. Does that help?
Right. Okay, cool. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So
You're
here in
welcome.
Nevada, anything we put on any social media, we have to have our brokerage name and our license number. So that's telling them what you do, even though you're writing about something else that has nothing to do with real estate. So you're still getting the message across about what you do, but also telling people you like dogs, cats, painting, or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Thank
wanted
you.
to chime in on that because I was getting zero engagement on Facebook at all until I came to this class and started to really absorb that. My tribe is I like outdoors. I'm a single dad, and I have a high schooler, and I started posting things about back to school, and then how I have teenager parent communication issues, and I put funny memes about that, and I got so much engagement on that.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Levi. Who does anybody have any questions? I apologize that thing cut out, but that template should be really helpful for you. You can put your video, whatever your video is, in there and adjust it accordingly. Anybody have any questions around video and video editing? No?
I have a question for Levi. When you started writing about back to school, did you anticipate getting so much engagement, or was it a surprise?
It was a surprise because, like I said before, like the lady said, I was getting nothing on my Facebook page. I've been concentrating mostly on Google, and then because I have a teenager that's going back to school, so everybody was posting things about that. And and back in Mother's Day, that's where it actually started. Started posting things about that, and then started to get some real, engagement over the current event, whatever it is that's going on. So I was really amazed at what I got back.
Thanks,
So
Levi.
that's my point. You just never know what people are going to like or not like. So you just keep throwing things out there. And when you notice you're getting a lot more engagement, then you just zero in on that because the market told you that's what your people like. So what Jerome and I are going to get, it might be different from Levi because I don't have teenagers at home anymore. So everybody has to try what they about their lives and the answer will show up. You just got to do first.
Thank you, Bethlehem. Lillian, I invited you here today, and I invited you here because I was impressed with what you were doing on social media. Are you there? Do you care to open up your mic and share a little bit about you and what you do?
Yeah, I was the same one that just asked the question.
I know you were.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Share. So you do TikTok, you do a bunch of stuff. But what I appreciate, and I think that would be valuable for our class, is your YouTube strategy and what you've done. Could you share a little bit about that, please? And please
Sure.
introduce yourself. You're here in Philly with me. We met through like a real estate investing event. Just share.
Okay, so yeah, I'm here in Philly. I basically just utilize YouTube very heavily to one, document my journey, and also just pretty much share what I'm doing. And I also do try to like put out some type of I put out like valuable information to try to grab people's attention and connect with them and try to provide them a service. But mainly YouTube I've been posting on for the past 3 or 4 months consistently, and I've had a huge increase in my audience and my subscribers, and it's brought me between YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, I've been getting at least a lead a day just from basically what Jerome was talking about earlier, like taking my videos, repurposing them, and it's just been driving a lot of traffic just through social media, and it's been really, really good.
Thank you. Could you so you're like, what's your most popular video?
My most popular video?
Yes.
On YouTube, it's actually a video that I created about Philly. I think it was the pros and cons of moving to Philadelphia.
Could you share that video, please, as a template and an example for our other colleagues to have and understand what you did?
Yeah, so one of the good, really like
you got a link? Give us a link first.
Okay. I can pull it up, but while I'm talking.
Okay,
But
perfect.
one of the most effective things to do as an agent, if you're gonna hop on YouTube, is to, especially if it's a new channel, is to definitely try to get as hyper local as you possibly can. So by me making the video called "The Pros and Cons of Living in Philadelphia," obviously it attracted people who were looking to move to Philadelphia. So that was really good. So I actually got 2 buyer leads off of that I'm currently working right now. So let me see if I could drop the link really quick. Yeah, it's up to 4,500 views. If I dropped in this chat, is this public chat? I guess it's for everybody.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's loading. So yeah, it's just you got to get super hyper local with your market. I started another YouTube channel just to make videos all about like Philadelphia, moving to Philadelphia, selling your house in Philadelphia. Because my main channel was more so of my journey, so I attracted a different audience versus like consumers. I guess I attracted more so like B2B versus like B2C. So my second channel is going to be all about talking to people who are actually living in Philly or moving to Philly or whatever the case is. But yeah, it helps to be hyper local and just talk about whatever area that you're in to get that attraction.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing because you do some awesome stuff on social media. Do you have
Thank you.
somewhere where others can connect to you? I think you have an inspiring story, and I like it. So I was happy when I learned that you were here at our company at EXP, and I was like, okay, awesome agent. She's in Philly. She's just implementing, and look at the success that you get from just implementing, doing what you got to do.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess the best place to reach out to me is probably on Instagram. I can drop my Instagram if anybody is on there.
Yeah, drop your link in there. We still have about 4 minutes. Anybody have any questions for me, for Beth Ellen, for Lillian? I'm trying to get Lillian to bless us with some of her social media talent. She don't know.
I appreciate this. I appreciate this.
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I'm on the phone. Can you spell Kapling for me?
Yeah, Kapwing. Lillian, Rob asks, do you go through any coaching or a training program to I guess to achieve your success with social media? Could you talk about that?
Absolutely. I've been through a lot of training programs when it comes to social media, digital marketing, internet marketing. I've been learning about online stuff for probably the past like 5 years or so. So I'm not necessarily new to like online marketing, but in the real estate world, yes, because I'm a fairly new agent. So yeah, I've definitely implemented things that I've learned in previous coaching programs that I've paid a lot of money for. So I might know a thing or two.
Rob, do you have any like follow-up questions? Does that take care of the question that you answered?
Yeah, Jerome, that's what I was looking for. It can be complicated for us that are both starting out in real estate and starting out trying to understand digital marketing. But we'll get there, and it's just good to see Lillian keeping at it and being able to use skills that she had from some previous training and experience and apply it to real estate. So thanks, Lillian. Great job.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I'll be putting more information on my YouTube about it because a lot of other agents have reached out to me, and I just kind of want to share what I know. So
How about you come back? How about you come back to our class?
Yeah, I'll be back today.
All right, perfect.
I'll be back.
You better.
She's gonna be an icon soon.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anybody have further questions for me, Lillian, Bethellen, or anybody in the class? Levi speaks up a lot. He's got some great success. Anybody have any questions?
Hey Lillian, this is Ann. I'm in Austin. Did you put at the end of your video your signature or whatever about EXP?
For my YouTube videos?
Yes.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, we don't have to have that on there if it's
Well, but you're in Texas. You got to ask your broker because state.
Right.
I used to have a broker's license in Texas, and there's all kinds of disclosures you have to put on everything. So Philadelphia or Pennsylvania law might be different than yours, but I know for sure Texas has to put those disclosures on everything. Levi, you're an active Texas agent now. You might share, but I know here in Nevada, I have to put my license number and I have to put the EXP name or logo and anything I put on social media, or there's a $500 fine per usage. And if anybody shares my social media, they post, they multiply it. So if 10 people like it, then that's 500 times 10. So you've got to talk to your broker. That's a broker question. And Levi can tell you what the disclosures are. Maybe you already know, but I know for Texas, you have to post the disclosures, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Texas is one of those strict states. Oh my goodness. You know, put that thing everywhere. We are up on 3 o'clock. I apologize for the feed for me losing connection. If anybody has any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me on Workplace. I will stay here for an extra 15 minutes since I cut out in the world a little bit earlier if anybody has any specific questions. And for anybody that kind of wants the slides, you know the drill. All you got to do is leave a review and I'll send you the slides. So just reach out to me on Workplace. Anybody have any questions for me? Anybody have any questions for Lillian? Lillian, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I'm trying to get you more involved here. Bethellen.
Yeah, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes too.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions for Bethellen? Anything like that? All right, I don't see any questions. Denise, what you been up to, Denise?
Well, I've been working on videos, but my phone is really horrible quality. I have to get a new phone.
What kind of phone you got?
I think it's an A51
Okay.
Galaxy.
Okay.
I mean, it said it was equivalent to the Galaxy 20, except it wasn't as
Got you. Are you posting? Have you posted videos yet?
live videos.
You've been posting them?
I have.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I was expecting you to say no. I had like a whole arsenal ready for you.
No, I think I posted about maybe 9.
Oh, wow. Keep it up. Stay consistent. Is there anything we
Yeah,
can do to
they're
help
just
you get to the
really
next
horrible.
level?
They're just very horrible quality.
Could you share one? I don't know. Maybe when you say horrible quality, maybe there's a setting on your phone that you can change and make it a little bit better.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to share it.
Ronald, you're very welcome. Where do you post them? On your Facebook?
Yeah,
Is it your business or your personal page?
it's my business page.
Okay. Could you share a link to your business page? Do you know how to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
let me do that.
Yeah,
Just
share
one
that
sec.
and we'll check them out. They might not be as bad quality as you think, and if they are, maybe we can help you change something on your phone. Like maybe me and you can have a phone call and we can help you change something. While Denise is doing that, anybody have any questions? We got 14 people left, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I was wondering if you know another program besides Otter. I know this is not the same
Yeah, for
topic,
translation.
but yeah.
What's wrong with Otter?
Well, I think it's like $99 a month.
I don't think it's that expensive.
No,
But try. No, I don't know. Let's.
I'm out of time on the free system, and I think it's like $99 a month after that. Maybe it's $99 a year.
Are you interested in living
But I
in
have so many
Philadelphia?
things
You
right
really
now that
want to
I'm
know what
paying
it's like
for.
to live
I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to make sure, because every time I learn more, I learn that there's better programs out there or whatever, and I don't want to put all this money out and then
Yeah, I think
not.
to give it I believe Otter is going to probably be your least expensive because it's artificial intelligence. If you go
Oh,
Tamara just put in rev.com, which is better than Otter in terms of quality in my experience. However, those are people, and people cost money. There is more expensive than artificial
oh,
intelligence. So
well, I'll tell you what, it saves me a ton of time.
okay,
Otter,
I would if it's I don't know, maybe let me see the pricing. Maybe I would consider paying for it. It
Because
doesn't say
I'm a
99 a
visual.
month. It says from where. Can you see my screen?
Oh, yes.
I see, maybe 99 for the year. So it's saying 833 a
Oh, well,
month,
that's
but
no
that's
big
not.
deal at all. Well, then I'll
Yeah.
just pay for it. I'm a visual learner, so for me to do a video is very frustrating because I will take word for word notes. I'll rewind as many times as I need to take word for word notes. I know it sounds crazy, but it's something I've met very few people like me that are like that. And I mean, literally videos drive me nuts.
Okay.
And as long as I have it in writing, then I'm fine. And then I can outline, I can underline it, highlight it, take notes in my own words or whatever. But
Okay.
ours saves me hours and hours of craziness.
Got you. Perfect. So when I switch it over to the monthly, it says $12.99. I don't know. It sounds like it's worth it to me the way you're using
Okay.
it. So
I don't know where I
yeah.
got 99. Maybe I was looking at something different.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to buy it. Oh,
Okay.
That's good advice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anybody?
I'm really learning from you guys. It's a long process.
It is a process, but you got to stay consistent, persistent.
Yeah, and I start to video and I can't even think. I'll forget the restaurant name. I'll forget the lady's name. I'll forget my name. I mean,
how are you forgetting these things? Are you storing it all in your head?
Yes.
Okay, so what I would do is I would write those things down and I would use bullet points.
Oh, okay, but somebody has to hold those bullet points?
So where are you doing it at? On your phone?
Well, I've just been winging it because I'm
Okay.
just trying to get comfortable in front of the camera.
So keep doing what you're doing till you get comfortable. I want you to wing it. I don't want to slow you down, but what I would do is I would start to document those things so I'm not forgetting. And I would use bullet points. And I would get like very basic, maybe a 3x5 card or a sticky note, like a sticky pad. Like I have one sitting here on my desk. I would take that sticky pad and write my bullet points on that sticky pad and tape it to my device.
Oh.
Right to the front of my device.
Okay. Oh,
Got
that's
it?
a great idea.
Yep.
Yeah, because you'll see on every single video, I just go, duh.
Yeah, and that's fine. But you're doing it. You're doing it. So give yourself some credit because some people never get off the ground. So what I would do is my next step would be, because you're already doing it. Now you have actual content to improve upon. So what I would do is next step is start to write stuff down. And I would probably just get the sticky notes, the Post-its, and I would just write down my items on there. Don't write huge sentences, only write bullet points. So maybe write the restaurant name, what you're going to talk about, whatever, bullet points. Keep it very short and then tape it to the front of your device. That way you can always refer back to it.
Oh, that's really cool. Now, I want to start doing all of my text messages and email messages. I want them to be videos.
Okay. The short answer for that is to use BombBomb. It gets really, really technical on sending like video messages. The short answer is to use BombBomb email communication, and we have that here as EXP gives us a version of that. So I would look into that.
Okay, I was supposed to look into that, but I guess it's on old notes. I have notes and notes and notes everywhere.
Yeah.
BombBomb. Okay, so I'm going to do BombBomb. What else was I going to ask you? Right now, none of them are technical because I know that if I tried to think of my technical stuff while I'm trying to get this video fear over with, I wouldn't do it at all.
Yes.
If I draw a blank at just the restaurant name, it's gonna.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Keep it up. I'm actually inspired that you are actually doing video, and yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I'd rather you wing it and like not know what's going on, and then you just improve. So just like you did, wing it, and then what you do is you go, hey, I keep stumbling. What do I do next? And you come to class. We're like, look, hey, get a sticky note, tape it to your phone, use that. Okay, so keep it up.
I need a selfie stick.
You don't need it. You don't need it. Do what you're doing now. Let's master the bullet point process, and then we'll come back and talk about the selfie stick.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
But like, say I wanted to, teach something, like something that there was no way I could memorize all the stuff I wanted to tell them. like how to get their house ready, things like that. How would you be able to read what you're saying?
So that's a process, and you don't need to teach them that entire process in one video. So you can break it up. In addition to that, you can say, hey, I have something for you. You can go over to my website or my YouTube or my thing and go learn more. That's where you do like a kind of a formal webinar or formal presentation. And you don't need to memorize everything. You can actually do a presentation now once you get them over there. You understand?
Right. How do you do a formal webinar?
Let's master the bullet points.
Oh, okay.
When you master the bullet points, you come back and I'll show you how to take the next steps to do the webinar.
Okay, I'm just trying to get comfortable with
Yep.
seeing myself and
Yes. As soon as we're finished that, and then we master the bullet points, we want to do one step at a time, because when we start the X and add all that other stuff, it gets complicated, and then we stop and get frustrated.
And I have not done any, like I know it sounds stupid, but when I'm on Facebook Live, I just figured out that I could put a title in and all that, but I still wait until the video's over and then, no, wait, I just decided I was going to start putting the title in before.
That's fine. Denise, you're doing fine. You're over criticizing yourself. You're doing fine. Keep that up. Once we get comfortable, then we do we take it one step at a time. You are doing fine. I want to check out your video stuff that you sent me. You're going to come back to class and I'm going to let you know how you can improve upon it, but you're doing great.
Should I redo all those bad videos though?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just move on.
The camera settings.
Yeah, just move on. Anybody have any questions? Anybody else have any questions or need clarity on something? You're welcome. Thanks for coming back. Yes, Levi. How can I help you?
Okay. I don't. Back to the subtitle and code CC on Facebook. I was trying to find how do I look and see how they've done it, and how do I critique if it's
Can you see my screen, Levi?
Yes.
Okay. So you're trying to like add captions on Facebook, basically, right? I'm going to show you my process. I'm going to show y'all why I seem so smart.
I'm like I said before, I'm in the kiddie pool part right now. I'm just amazed at video, and now I want to stick it to the next level.
Okay, so you see my screen, you see what I'm doing here? I typed it right into Google, and it's a few things that come up, but typically what I like to do is I like to stick to whatever the platform is. So I want to go to facebook.com for this, and this is a link. I'm going to copy this link and send it over for you. So use that link as a help document, and this is how you add the captions to your video. It gives you instructions here. Click photo or video at the top. Click that, choose your file, and you can upload it here. So use that instruction, use that link that I just gave you. I would kind of walk you through it, but we're like, we're a little over it. But use that link, and it should resolve what you need to resolve. So click.
Thanks, Jerome. That helps a whole lot.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions before we end the class officially? Yeah, Tamara, I love Tamara too, because she's actually out there creating and pushing content too.
Tamara.
Tamara.
Yes, we're pimping it out, honey. We are pimping it out. I am doing a deep dive today of how we can really, because I sent you that one message I sent you, and I'm deep diving right now.
Okay, I appreciate you for being so interactive and participating and actually creating this content. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? We are at 3:13, and I will officially end at 3:15.
Jerome, what's your favorite platform?
My favorite is YouTube. I love me some YouTube right now.
That's honestly my next one that I've done. I was on a training called Tuesday night. They showed how it exploded and the audience that's there versus the audience that's on Instagram or Facebook, and I'm like, I still love being goofy, so I can go be goofy on Instagram and Facebook, and that's no problem, or TikTok. But here's more of my content's going to hang out.
Yes.
Key is to just funnel people from the other platforms to YouTube.
Yeah, what's your preferred platform, Lillian?
I love YouTube because that's like the end. Well, not the end, but like that's like the main platform. But in terms of just pushing out like quantity and just having fun, I love TikTok and Instagram Reels. It's just you can create so much content in such a short period of time and have a lot more fun. Whereas though like YouTube definitely requires a lot more thought, a little more organization and time overall because you have to edit videos and everything like that. But it is the most probably productive platform is YouTube for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, everybody. I thank you. I appreciate you so much. If anybody wants those slides, just message me on Workplace. If anybody wants to connect with me, message me on Workplace. And I hope to see you next Thursday. We're going to have Jaime Resendez, who's going to come in and talk about YouTube and how you can dominate YouTube specifically as a real estate agent. Lillian, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate your insight and your input.
You're welcome.
Beth Ellen, you're probably gone. Tamara, could you open up? I got to make sure I get your name right. Say your name for me, please.
Who, mine?
Yes.
Tamara, like Tamara.
Tamara, thank you for your participation too. I see you out there crushing it and doing your video stuff. You are an inspiration. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you next Thursday.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jerome. Hey,
you're welcome, Levi.
If I've already given you a review,
I'll just send them to you. You got it.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Yeah, Denise, haven't you left me a review already before, or what?
Yes. Do you want me to leave more?
No, if you already did it, I'll just send it to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Jerome.
yeah, just.
All of this means so much to me because I'm telling you the truth. Without you guys' encouragement, I wouldn't have even started.
I appreciate you. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that.
I think I'm like you. I think I'm really outgoing, but I'm also an introvert.
I am not outgoing.
I'm really friendly and really outgoing, but I don't like loud.
Yeah.
And I like more one-to-one or, maybe 5 people to one, but other than that, I take it.
Yeah, we kind of have to think about video as one-to-one. Like we get this big fear about like thinking that it's public, but most times when you really think about it, when people are watching videos, they're watching it one-to-one. So understanding that people watch video one-to-one can help you in the mindset of creating video content a little bit better too.
Yeah, I'm trying to just think of just talking to my friend.
Yes. That's a hack. Yeah, just think about your friend. Maybe not say their name, or even if you do say their name, you can get creative with that. But think about your friend, somebody that's close to you, somebody that you're comfortable with. Think about that person and talk directly to that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to try that more often.
All right. I appreciate you. You're very welcome. Woody, what do you mean with flip sides? Woody, do you have a microphone?
Yeah, it's for today, for the presentation you just finished.
How much of the class did you catch?
Majority of it. Except for the
Okay.
last,
all right. I'm gonna place a link. All you gotta do is leave me a review, and I'll send you a link. I'll send you a copy of the slides. You see the link in the chat? Just leave feedback on the class, and I'll send them to you.
Can you hear me, Jerome?
Yes.
You hear me, Jerome?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, yes.
Did you get so here's the deal. If you leave me an authentic review, I'll send the slides right over to you.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Yeah, I post a link in the chat. You drop that there, then message me on Workplace, and I'll get it over to you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Talk to you soon.